Okay, all right. Let's talk about Ben Simmons again. I know. But I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. The more I talk to you guys, the more I'm kind of leaning on maybe we're okay and maybe we don't need Ben Simmons right now, but I don't know. Okay, I'm on the fence. I want Ben Simmons for his talent, but the more stuff that I'm starting to see, the more I'm starting to say, "Ugh." And what I'm talking about in particular is I end up watching a video. Before we get into this react, obviously, let me just tell you a little story. It's not a story at all. But I saw a video about Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady said something in the lines of, when Ben Simmons was drafted, like he didn't even talk to him, like they were in the same facility or something like that. And Ben Simmons was being really weird. And it's a lot of stuff coming out about him being a little Hollywood. I don't know. Okay. I genuinely don't know. All I know is he's extremely talented, and his talent will be able to help us day one. But let's go ahead and go into this, and let's go ahead and look at this video. It is called "Should the San Antonio Spurs Trade for Ben Simmons" by Hardwood Knox. I am very interested to see what these gentlemen have to say. And yeah, let's just see if I agree, disagree, or, I'm on the fence. I might be on the fence.
You San Antonio as a dark horse Ben Simmons suitor, and do you even like the idea of Ben Simmons in San Antonio?
Yeah, no, I do. Every time that there's a rumor about the Spurs, inquiring about him, we always report on it over on our website and also on our podcast, the Spurs Cast. And so, yeah, I really think that yes, San Antonio is going to continue to stay engaged. I think with Philly, because for them, Simmons I think would be a good option for San Antonio because, again, Murray, White, Devin Vassell, these players, they could have that potential down the road, but we don't know for sure. Whereas Ben Simmons,
See, that's what I've been kind of saying about Ben Simmons. Like, we definitely would get the star power immediately. It wouldn't be a wait and see situation. But I will say this: what I've seen from DeJounte Murray thus far, it's pretty promising, man. It's really nice. DeJounte Murray's really worked on his game and his attitude. You like that type of culture, so I see both ends of the side. Okay, I see both ends of the spectrum here. So people that want Ben Simmons, I understand. People that don't want Ben Simmons, I understand that too. I'm more so on the fence now, even though I was high on yes, get Ben Simmons. Now I kind of look at the team and I'm like, you know what? They're pretty good. And if we're going to suffer, maybe we should just suffer with trying to get the dubs and call it a day right now. But I don't know. We'll see.
you're getting an all NBA level player, you're getting an all star right now, and then you get him in San Antonio, and then you start building a team around him. Especially coming into the next season as being one of the few teams that actually has a good amount of cap space, so you can kind of restructure your roster to fit around Ben Simmons and kind of work with his strengths and weaknesses.
That's kind of what I said too. See, that's the thing. I think everything that we talk about when it comes to Ben Simmons is around culture. I don't think many Spurs fans are actually sitting back saying that Ben Simmons couldn't help the team. I look at our roster and I say, yes, he fits with what we got right now. We got a lot of shooters. We got big men that can shoot. We got high basketball IQ. It works for Ben Simmons. He will be able to have a field day with some of the weapons we have. The only problem is we don't have a player to build those weapons around, and we're just waiting and seeing what we have. So I see both ends of it, and I think the biggest argument from Spurs fans on not to get him is the culture, because we don't really know what type of guy Ben Simmons is, and the more information that we're getting on him isn't very promising. So I completely understand. This is actually a really good take, because yeah, I'm shocked that I'm assuming these aren't Spurs fans, and they're pretty accurate with that.
So I really feel like yes, as long as the price, whatever the trade package comes down from what Philly would accept right now, I think that yes, San Antonio is going to continue to call and kind of stay engaged.
We are going to stay engaged, and that's the thing. You kind of just wait and see. At this point, I mean, the news is so bad, and Joel Embiid he might as well be our starting center at this point, because he is helping us get the W in this whole Ben Simmons trade situation. So I don't know, man. It's kind of final now. Ben Simmons isn't coming back, and if they don't trade him, they're screwed. And other teams don't want to trade their star players for him right now. So we'll wait and see
in those conversations until he eventually gets moved, because I really feel like yes, if he's there for the right trade package that San Antonio is comfortable with, I think that yes, they would make that move and to bring in Ben Simmons.
And I think he has, regardless of
Can I say this too? I think that if the Spurs, yes, say that the Spurs are very high, because I think they are high on Josh Primo, but yes, say the San Antonio Spurs aren't very high on the other guards, I think it would make complete sense if the Spurs wanted to trade away like some of our guards, get Ben Simmons, even with a few picks, get Ben Simmons, and then just say, okay, Josh, you're going to be able to grow under Ben, because he will be stuck on a contract for 4 years. Unless he tries to ask out of San Antonio, which I don't really see happening. Guys, look, I know we have PTSD from the Kawhi situation. This isn't necessarily the same, okay? At all.
People think of Ben Simmons now. He has the better chance of being a North Star for your rebuild than either a Murray or a Derek White or a Johnson or Vassell.
Right now, yes. Yeah, I agree with that take, actually. I was going to get mad, but no, it's okay.
At this point.
Yeah, no, I agree. Again, just because we know what he is, you know what he is already as a player, the level he can get to, and then I think that from there you can really kind of do it. What he's been saying, through his in these reports is that he wants a team built around him, and I think that the Spurs would be able to do that.
All right, what reports are those? Are those real reports? Is he saying that? I didn't even know he was saying that. That's weird.
That where they can start.
Wait, he had a team that was built around him. That can't be real. Those reports can't be real.
Maybe some of these young players to get in, whether it's shooting around him or whatever different players that they feel would best work.
And even if Ben Simmons wanted that, it wouldn't be like up to him. Like it wouldn't even be up to him. I don't think that report's real. Is it real? I don't think so. That's probably not real.
And again, now all of a sudden you have your all-star, your all-NBA level player for the next 4 years if you're San Antonio.
They could offer a bunch of different packages. What's interesting about there is they could be one of the teams where you need that third or fourth team if Philly's really just dead set on getting a star back for Ben Simmons. But like they can offer to me the best of both worlds. When you look at having a Murray and a White to include, then someone like a Devin Vassell who can already play now but is a prospect, and then picks, they can offer the best of both worlds. No, they can't offer you an incumbent star. But if you're going to accept like the tier less, or if you're going to settle at any point if you're Philly, I think San Antonio's package probably intrigues me most. And
we do have a bunch of things to give, and I think that's completely true. I think some Spurs fans are kind of like just wiping off the fact that we have any type of shot at all, but that's not the case. We actually are in good position to give them what they need, and they give us what we need. It's just a matter of the culture. I think that's the biggest argument that Spurs fans have as far as Ben Simmons.
Unless maybe if Sacramento puts like Tyrese Halliburton on the table, which it doesn't sound like they're going to do.
Yeah, no, I think that's a perfect word. You said they're settled. I think that if Philly ever gets to the point where they're
I think if it goes on long enough, they're going to have to settle.
Willing to settle on what they're asking for Simmons, I think that San Antonio is one of those perfect trade partners for them. Where of the young players, they have some picks to send as well, and it would just be again on Philly bringing their trade package with their.
Okay, that was actually not a bad video whatsoever. I'm actually a little shocked. Okay, I'm a little shocked. Usually when it's Spurs related and they aren't Spurs fans, you don't get good takes. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a thumbs up, and I'm gonna let you know that it was hold on so that people can see. Good take. There we go. Everyone gets a good take when it's a good take. That was nice. That wasn't bad. Genji's in the comments. We'll go over that, then call it a day. He says, I don't think Ben Simmons would work in San Antonio, and it's not because of the stigma of his playing ability, but rather his personality. See, I was just saying that. It's the culture, man. While the Spurs need a superstar, there's a culture. Look at that! Look at that! Okay, there's a culture there that is built around team and family. It is something that Pop has enforced in his players for years. Ben Simmons carries himself as having the idea that he is what teams need, and teams are lost without him. He wants a team built around him. I feel he would make too many demands for himself and try to control the franchise, and Pop would shoot him down immediately on it. That pushback from Pop could also lead to a Kawhi situation of trading him away yet again for not falling in line behind the GOAT coach. I'm going to thumbs that up. But I disagree slightly. I don't think if Ben Simmons gets here, it's going to be a matter of Pop pushing him away. I think at this point, I mean, Kawhi was just such a weird situation. Kawhi wanted out anyway. I think it will be Ben Simmons already wanting out. It wouldn't be Popovich. These players have a lot of respect for Popovich. Some players have already said the only way that they would come and play for San Antonio is if Pop is there. It was the same thing with Chris Paul and why he didn't come to the Spurs when, he could have, because he wasn't sure if Pop was going to retire the year after. So, I'm just going to assume that maybe, Ben Simmons has respect for Pop. I mean, it's kind of hard. If you don't have respect for Pop, you don't have respect for anybody. And I feel like Ben Simmons tried to show some type of respect to even Doc Rivers. I don't know that whole situation. It's a very confusing situation. But what I do know is his whole team threw him under the bus before, all of this happened. I mean, all of them threw him under the bus. So I don't know. We'll see. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Should we get him? Should we not get him? I think it's a culture thing, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So I'll give it to you guys later. Until next time, deuces, man.